Alright everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Dario Cangelosi, and currently we're on board for a lap in a Formula 1600 car around Road Atlanta. So, on this channel, I'm going to be sharing a lot of motorsports content with you guys from my racing and coaching career. I've been racing cars for the last 7 or so years now. I started racing go-karts as a kid. Yeah, won in many categories, participated in many forms of racing, whether it be formula cars, endurance racing, sprint racing and prototype cars, a lot of street car stuff, all sorts of different things. As you can tell, we're recording here on my simulator, so there'll be more to come as far as sim content in the future. But yeah, today we are on board in the 2018 Formula Race Promotions F1600 Championship. This is the first race of the season. I felt this was a good place to start. This was the beginning of my car racing career. So, what I consider the beginning. This is my first full racing series. So, on board right now, we're on my fastest lap from qualifying, which is going to grid us P2 for the race. Yeah, I managed to clinch the championship in the end of this season. So, should be some good races. There's 3 races every weekend, so we'll have a lot of content for us to go over. I go over some of the racecraft in race 1, and as well just commentate on some of the racing. So, behind the safety car here for race 1, starting second, did our warm-up lap and all, and we are sitting ready to go. Doing the last little bit of tire warm-up. Lights are out on safety car, getting ready to go green. One of my teammates on Cahill qualified pole position, just 2/10 faster than me. Coming down the hill here, getting ready to go, looking towards the Michelin bridge for the flag stand and waiting for the call on my radio. Get the green, get a pretty good jump for starting second. Pretty dead even coming into turn 1. Stick around the outside, still being a little cautious. Car to the inside. Now clear. Now gonna look to the inside through 2 into 3. And able to get clear. A little bit of a moment there on cold tires, still getting up to speed. Again, another little moment, but leading the race now. Alright, starting to pull a little gap behind, coming into turn 6. Still a lot of movement on cold tires. And I missed a downshift. Oh no. A couple cars are going to get by us here. 1, 2, 3. We'll see down the straightaway. Yeah, just lock the rear tires up. Cold tires probably could have been a little bit more cautious on the first lap, but I was trying to build a decent gap before the straightaway. Get people out of my draft. Coming into 10A on the first lap. That car looking inside. Gonna try and look for an over-under on exit. Able to tuck my nose in, just really focused on getting a good exit out of 10B there. Alright, now we gotta chase the top 3 back down. Fortunately, the draft is very strong in these cars, so we get going. Skipping through the lap, started to catch the pack again. Not much happened before, just going around the track. They're fighting into turn 1. We're gonna focus on getting a good exit and see if we can take advantage here. Sneak into the right to get the inside for this corner, and we're gonna pop into P3 here. Big moment there. If you can tell, I'm starting to have some steering issues. If you just look at the amount of wheel input I have in right-hand corners, pretty normal amount, and then when we get to left corners, a lot more input. Thankfully, the track is clockwise, so most of the turns are right, so at the moment it's not hampering our speed and performance too much. Only a few left corners at Road Atlanta. This turn 5 really, and 10A and B. Turn 4 can sometimes become a corner. Yeah, got another run here. Clear, gonna look for an over-under again. Kind of sacrificing the entry of A to get an exit out, but didn't carry enough exit speed this time. Just gonna sit in the draft again. Skipping forward, later on this next lap, caught back up to the lead pack. We're gonna get on to the main straightaway here. Should get quite a strong draft from this distance behind all 4 of these cars. There's no wings or anything on these cars, so they draft super well. Just sitting in the toe here, sitting in the toe. Gonna think about a move to the inside. There's some space, but not gonna be able to challenge the 2 cars in front. Cleared the Pelfrey car there, coming out of 10B. Now we're gonna go back up. And he over-under us this time. We're gonna again sneak back in the draft here. And my kind of theorization here is if it's not my teammate in front of me, we're trying to get by them as soon as possible as the Pelfrey car splits more of the Cahill cars again. Get a good run out of 7 right on the back of the whole pack. Sit in the toe here again. See if we can pull us forwards. This car, left of this car right here, and potentially get on the inside of the almost to the lead, but had to settle a second here. They're quite long races, and you just battle back and forth like this. It's all about keeping yourself in it in the end of the race, staying up close to the lead pack so you can challenge for a winner for a podium. Not my teammate, gonna go straight by him here. Now coming along in 5A, still leading. Take a look at my steering there, how much input I have in the left-hand corner. See the wheels starting to go off. Basically a component on the right front started to bend at this point in time, and it's just going to keep bending more and more. So look at the minimal steering input there. Still defending that Pelfrey car behind us, that bright yellow car. A good run using all the exit curbing. Coming out of 7. Probably just going to sit on the inside here, pretty exposed with the draft behind and the other cars. Pelfrey car should be coming on the right hand side here. Looking in our mirrors, got another car diving left. Trying to go, but we didn't leave any space. We had 2 cars on our right hand side already. Again, seeing how much input I had through that left corner. Back to P4 again. Just gonna sit here, let the draft pull us right back in. So quite a lot of battling. Gonna try and sneak behind my teammate Yuvan here. He currently races in Indy Lights. Chipping forward again. Not much happened. But we have a big off by one of my teammates here. This is going to mix things up a little bit. We're going to sit in the closer cars draft for now. We're going to move over. Now the Cahill car is closer. Needed a little adjustment on my mirror there. All is good. Gonna let the draft pull us back again. We were struggling this weekend, and we had this issue with this car. And I like to put it down to the fact that this was a brand new car being this weekend, so it was untested, unresolved. Seeing how much input I need to make that left-hand corner versus this right now again. The issue is starting to get worse, struggling for pace a little bit more now. Yeah, that's the issue when you bring a brand new car to the racetrack. Usually we had time to test it, but in this situation there was no time, so we had to show up with it. We're actually 50 pounds over the minimum weight this whole weekend as well. Car got shipped with a steel floor in it. Unknowingly, the other cars had aluminum floors in them. We're quite a bit overweight. Alright, back to P4 again. Just gonna sit in the draft here. Pull us back up. Gonna look to the inside, just a little cautiously to my teammate, and make the pass. Again, looking at that steer and how much I need in the left-hand corners. I keep dropping tires in the gravel out of turn 5. You're getting so much understeer with this issue going on in left-hand corners. Thankfully, got 2 right-handers right here. Gonna suck back on up. Still quite good for first weekend in the championship, being able to fight as overweight, and with the issues going on right now, kind of shows how much the draft can save you. If I make a mistake here or anywhere, I lose the pack, they will most likely drop me. Alright, my teammate should have a poor exit out of B here. Went a little wide into 10A. Was off apex slightly. Down the hill here. Oof, I think there might have even been a little love tap right there. Not allowed to push each other in these cars. Unlike SECA, you're allowed to bump draft a little bit. Humphrey car stuck up the inside of us into 1. We had nowhere to go with our run out of the final corner. Back again, looking at our steering issue later on in this lap. Lost a lot of time right there. Teammates going to try and slide around the outside of us, but we're going to outbrake and brake with lighter pressure, getting that ground back up, right to the inside. Alright, maintain 3rd until the exit of turn 1 next lap. As we go through this left here, it's good to look how much steering input I'm needing now. I can barely even make that left-hand corner still full throttle. Still hanging on to 3rd position here. Going to be challenged from behind in the draft. Car going way deep on the inside. And another one by. Starting to lose a lot of confidence. The inside in turn 1, back to 4th, now P4 the next lap, gonna look to the inside in T1 again. My teammate moving over, so I think the wiser of it. I wish he would have sent it down the inside of the car in front, but we can live with that. Skipping ahead yet again, still maintaining our position in 4th here. Big runs by everyone. Gonna sneak to the right, squeeze him to the left, and then open up for the corner. Went in super deep. Unfortunately, could not over under. Still struggling with steering through there. Another good run approaching turn 1. Gonna dive to the inside late. It's not my teammate, so I'm okay with a bit more urgency getting by there. Gonna struggle again in this left-hander. Look how much steering input, and then as we turn into the right, we need nothing. Comparison. This issue's just starting to get worse. Nothing we can do about it. Not really fault of the team. We needed to be able to test beforehand, and we would have been able to solve some of these problems. Car just has to sneak down the inside of us there. kind of a bad spot to go by in 1600 racing is that corner, because it creates a big gap to the cars in front going down your long straightaway, which is usually what pulls you back in the Giraffe. We're still going to get pulled up though. A lot of movement from that car back and forth, not too big of a fan of that. Gonna squeeze him to the left, and then we're gonna open up our corner entry. Really just struggling in the left-hand corners now. Was able to get back by there. Gonna go side by side through the final corner. A little bit sketchy in most corners. A little bit of a moment, but we kept it out of them. Nice clean side by side. Just gonna release the brakes quicker than he does into turn 1 and bomb the speed in. Kind of had no choice but to get ran off the track there if he decided to stick the outside. Don't want to give him the option. Skipping ahead, later on this lap, still defending now, really struggling with the pace, getting attacked by everybody. Some of the slower drivers here, not as clean, not as precise as those top couple cars. Again, gonna go side by side with the Pelfrey car here. This time they're not gonna leave me as much space. Thankfully, it's smooth and our moment isn't as big. Do not want to be interlocking wheels like that. You shouldn't be moving back and forth. Again, if I had sent it to the inside there, surely he would have turned in and we would have had contact. Just being a little bit smart here, having patience. I know things are already starting to go downhill. Later again this lap, still attacking the same guy. Not going to be able to do much. He's sitting in the Giraffe behind the other 3 cars and I'm out exposed. Because he's going to get a run. We're going to cross back over and look to the inside now. Trying a late braking maneuver. And steering fully brakes. I had to go off in the grass to avoid me, but that piece that was bending finally snapped. I have multiple years of car footage. This is F1600. Have Formula Atlantic footage, Formula 3 footage, some LMP3 racing. Yeah, all sorts of different types of stuff that we're going to take a look at here. We're going to get into some more sim stuff. So if you enjoyed, please subscribe, drop a like, leave a comment, anything we can do better. Yeah, thank you for watching. We will be posting our next video, hopefully very shortly.